Shavua Tov, BBYO. It's been such an incredible weekend with you. You know, in the 1920s, early 1920s Poland, my grandfather growing up faced virulent and violent anti-Semitism. 20 years later, he found himself in the uniform of a United States Army soldier. And as he stood in Morocco, fighting his way through North Africa into Italy, France, and Germany, he was given by a Catholic chaplain a JWB Siddur, a Siddur that he carried with him in his breast pocket throughout the war. And he always told me that that act of kindness by that Catholic chaplain for a Jewish kid who grew up being beat up for being a Jew, having his house burned for being a Jew, to have a Christian chaplain give him a Jewish prayer book to him represented everything that is right about America, the very best of what this country has to offer. We are all proud to be in a place where we can celebrate who we are without fear, and the United States military is an organization that you come into and people aren't judging you for the color of your skin. They aren't judging you for the faith that you practice, for the religion, for your sexual orientation or gender identity. They judge you for the initiative that you have and for what you do and what you accomplish. As my grandfather fought his way through Italy and France, he would tell me that in each village that they would liberate, there would be a palpable change from darkness to light, which reminded him of the verse from Mishle from the book of Proverbs, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam, that the flame of God is the human soul. And he would say that the place where God is most present in this world is in your heart. And the scary truth of the world is that there is darkness. But darkness does not exist. It's not real. It's like cold. Cold is not real. It's just an absence of heat. And all darkness is an absence of light. And so each of you have the strongest weapon that humanity has ever had, which is the fire that burns in your soul, the fire of kindness, of love. And that when you become the kind of person that takes your light and lights and kindles the flame in others, you cause that light of God to be manifest more brightly, more powerfully in this world. And that's what was on my mind on January 6th last year, as I found myself with my unit heading down to the Capitol, just a few miles from here in Washington, D.C. And the truth is that it didn't matter what religion my soldiers were. It didn't matter what racial background they were. It didn't even matter what political background they were, who they voted for, Republican, Democrat, or everything in between. Everybody understood that in that moment, we were fighting to defend the soul of this nation. We were there because of everything that is good and right, not just in this country, but in the world. And I want to tell you one thing that's important that you can never forget. Throughout this weekend, people have been telling me or telling you that you are the future, and it's true. But you know what? You're also the present. It doesn't matter if you come from the democratic United States or the other side of the world or the spectrum, communist China. Every one of you has in common that you don't have a vote, but you have a voice. And I urge you all to use your voice, to speak it loudly, and to fan your flame, so that your flame, like the shamash on the Chanukiah, lights the flame of others without extinguishing yours, but bringing more light into this world. And my hope and my prayer for all of you is that you understand the power of what you have in your hearts, and that you understand that whether you go on to join military service or choose to fight for goodness, for justice, for peace, for shalom, in other ways, that you have the power to be a warrior for good in this world. Shavua Tov.